How about an Erica Kirk town hall that got worse views than reruns of BET's Sita's World?
You done f***ed up, right?
Yeah, that was a thing.
I must forget, but not forget me. Never forget me, baby, because I'm going to be here, you heard?
English, it's beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully?
It's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
I know it's tough doing what's hard, but we could use more men by building it.
Is your eye okay? What happened to you?
Turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually.
Extra dose.
Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Y'all, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make society worse.
What you gonna do, crybaby?
With alligator
I'll wear Alcatraz merch if I want to. And what you gonna do, baby? I'm gonna tell you F.A. and F.O. Okay? So you have the day you deserve.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I want to talk to the manager.
Well, Maga, I've been telling y'all all year, this is how Pick Me ends.
But for God's sakes, Travis County, help us. Don't treat us like we're nothing out here, because we're not. We're human beings. We pay taxes out here.
All that bragging, weaponizing the wealth and power of a billionaire surrounded by other billionaires to try and hurt the people around you who, oh, by the way, are you. That is how Pick Me ends. We've been seeing it all year long. I can't tell you how many people was out here beaming a year ago.
Did you ever think that she actually appointed you, Tim? And think of it, appointed, and you're the senator of his state, and she endorsed me. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's why he's a great politician.
And Trump got in office and didn't even shake his hand.
Oh, wow. Did you see that where it has left a black eye hanging? What? Watch.
Left him with nothing but gums. You know what I mean? That's sad. That's sad. And the saddest part is he still wasn't done.
Hey, y'all. I want to provide real-time information. I call Scott on the spot about what's going on right now where we are. I'm in the nation's capital voting late Friday evening on your priorities. Promises made, promises kept. President Trump promised to spend and invest in America's priorities, our military and our veterans. Job number one. We turn to presidential nominations. Why? Because President Trump deserves his team so that he can serve you, the American people. God bless you. More coming soon. Scott on the spot.
So apparently he promised to not put you in the cabinet. Apparently that was the problem. Did he also promise to eliminate the Minority Business Development Agency?
A few moments later.
During the Trump presidency, his administration proposed budget cuts to the Minority Business Development Agency, but faced pushback. However, in early 2025, following his return to office, Trump issued an executive order to effectively dismantle the MBDA by eliminating non-statutory components and reducing functions, leading to staff termination and canceled programs. Despite congressional appropriations for the agency, actions that were met with strong criticism and legal challenges as an attack on minority businesses. So let me get this straight. Not only did he try and eliminate it last time, but he was so determined to do it this time that he did it despite the fact that the funds had already been appropriated. He crossed Congress to delete your legacy, Tim Scott. And what did we hear from you?
What a Christmas miracle for the American people. The working class Americans who made President Trump our 47th president deserve to live their version of the American dream, Greg. And that's why the president continues to deliver every single day more and more goodies for the American people. They've earned it. They've earned his respect. They've earned his support. And now he's delivering.
He had you so tame, you accompanied him to a construction site and they didn't even give you a hard hat.
And Tim has been with me for a long time.
Indeed, one of the reasons why we wanted to see it was the overruns of the expenses. We wanted to figure out why.
It looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1,
3.2.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's
So
not new.
You know he cried in the back at the way Jerome Powell was talking to Trump. You know he, can I, oof.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
Now, Maga, I know you might dismiss that as black business, and to some extent it is.
You should just take a real life. Take a picture of yourself,
Kissing for Trump. Kissing for Trump. It's you. It's you. No, kissing for Trump. You don't have no respect, no love for your people. You a time, buddy. You a time. You a sucker.
But here's the thing. Whereas we can get frustrated by people compromising their own ideals in order to throw hurdles in front of our own agenda.
The main issue.
Sir, 1 second. You just did it. You just did it again.
Of the United States.
Why do you insist on questioning her racial identity?
You want me to talk?
I want you to answer my question.
George, now that you're done yelling at me, let me answer. AP is the one that wrote the headline when she first came in to the United States Senate.
If it doesn't matter, I don't understand why you keep on repeating it, why the president keeps on repeating it, why those introducing the president yesterday
George,
keep on
actually,
repeating
I'm
it.
not the one who keeps repeating it. George, you're the one that's bringing it up now.
You've done it, sir. You've done it 3 times. Every single answer you gave me. Now let me finish, sir.
George,
every single answer you gave, you repeated the slur.
Ask me, George. That's why I'm pushing back on you now.
And every single time you repeat the slur, that is exactly my point. You simply can't say that it's wrong.
George, I want to get off this topic because it's not the only thing that's going on.
AP did not say that Kamala Harris is not black. She is biracial. She is Indian. She is black. You continue to repeat the slur. I don't understand why you and the president do it, but it's clear you're not going to say that it's wrong, and you've now established that for our audience. Trump also said at the convention that he would pardon January 6 rioters.
Everybody look for themselves. Let's move on.
I've already said that. Go ahead.
Everybody, let's move on. There we go.
So, go on and repeat the slurs again.
At the end of the day, you're also teaching the recipient of the pick me that they don't have to respect you at all. And guess what? They won't.
What the Doge is doing is they're examining the records. They're providing their findings. Congress has to weigh in on those.
They're firing people.
This works. If you're just upset because Donald Trump has Elon Musk doing it, then that doesn't make any sense. We have to make sense. We have to agree on certain things.
Now, whereas we have the Uncle Ruckus Award to deal with our own, as well as FAFO of the Year to address some of the larger groups that were affected, see, Maga, I wanted to show you what can happen to some of the individuals who embark on this journey of pick me.
Oh, I'm not part of the powerful. I'm not part of the elite. I'm an island of one. I don't get invited to parties. I don't have any friends. I have a dog.
Well, maybe that's because you won't stop loitering by the bathroom, or the fact that you didn't show up at lunchtime to meet Jasmine Crockett outside when you said we could take it outside.
And child, listen, I want y'all
I
to
am
tell
no
me
child.
whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever.
I am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not.
Okay. Then again, there might be the fact that you keep denying that you're receiving gender affirming care.
I would just like to point out that I think it's very interesting that my colleague from South Carolina is so obsessed with the issue of trans people, using horrible slurs to talk about them, when many people in this body have received gender affirming care. Filler is gender affirming care. Boob jobs is gender affirming care. Botox is gender affirming care. Lots of my colleagues have received gender affirming care. And let me be clear, I think everyone should have access to the gender affirming care that they need. And I think we should respect everybody in this country. With that, I yield back.
Ridiculous. You are absolutely ridiculous.
Lady is not recognized. Order. The House will be in order. The gentlelady and the gentleman will suspend. The House will be in order.
Or it could be that their mamas told them not to hang around you because you got charges.
There's an internal police investigation report that came out in recent days. It says that you turned what was described as a minor miscommunication by police into a spectacle and left airport employees visibly upset. What was your reaction when you read this report?
Well, part of the report was actually falsified, and the documents that were released by the airport yesterday, I want to thank the airport for releasing them. We asked for all the video, all the audio, everything, all the body cam, and the video that was released yesterday showed me asking TSA agents for help and for assistance. And conveniently, there is no audio that goes with it. And the last time that I checked was asking for help isn't against the law, nor is being frustrated.
But are you saying that you never said any of these quotes, that every single one is a lie?
You have to read it to me again. I did
effing
not
idiots,
say that. I did not call them
and
idiots.
you're an effing representative.
I did not say that. I did not.
And you didn't
call
say, I'm sick of your tired of having to wait. I should not have to wait. You guys are always effing late. This is effing ridiculous.
No. I mean, no. I've never called a cop an idiot. That is a remarkably false
But you're saying these police officers are lying then, who spoke to the investigators?
I am absolutely saying that report was falsified, 100% fictitious, falsified. They were not there. They did not show up. I was very frustrated with the situation because of the number of death threats that I receive. And I expressed that frustration, but in no way, shape, or form did I call any of them idiots. I didn't even know that was in the report until you told me just now. I have never called someone an idiot. That is shocking to me. The idea that I would call somebody an idiot, I have never done that in my life. And to me, it was an incredible hit job. It was effective. It was a very effective political hit job, but that's all that it was.
So let me get this straight. You back to blue, but they lying on you. You still MAGA, but they setting you up. That's almost as crazy as claiming that Trump is out here trying to protect women.
This doesn't make a lick of sense.
And that's why he's being so transparent with the Epstein files. That would be almost as crazy as saying all of that, which is something else that you did, Nancy Mace. I will give you some credit though. At least you're still in the arena. There's always a chance to redeem yourself as long as you're still in the arena. You could have gone out like Elise Stefanik.
Well, I disagree with Mr. Trump on this issue. The election is not rigged, and having run in a primary and general election before, I understand that the poll workers in our district, they're our neighbors, and what's uniquely American is there's a Democrat and there's a Republican. So I have full faith and confidence in the outcome of the election in this district and across this country, and I would urge candidates across this country to accept the outcome.
They unconstitutionally rigged the 2020 election.
I would not have done what Mike Pence did. I don't think that was the right approach. I specifically stand by what I said on the House floor, and I stand by my statement, which was there was unconstitutional overreach. There was unconstitutional overreach in states like Pennsylvania, and I think it's very important that we continue to stand up for the Constitution and have legal and secure elections, which we did not have in 2020.
And how'd that work out for you?
Listen, you always know the grift is drying up when the loudest MAGA disciples suddenly remember they have family obligations. Elise Stefanik spent years torching democracy for Donald Trump and MAGA, a movement built exclusively on lies. And now that the flames are at her own doorstep, she wants to pretend this is about Christmas. Girl, bye. Marjorie Taylor Greene was the first rat off this sinking ship. She saw the MAGA Titanic cracking months ago and quietly started tiptoeing away from Trump while still pretending she was loyal. Now Stefanik, who sold her soul, her reputation, and her elite Harvard education is following the same escape route. She didn't suspend her campaign for New York governor. She didn't reflect during the holidays. She saw her polling numbers in the dumpster and the Maga ship taking on water. And she did what every opportunist does when the grift stops paying. She ran. Stefanik built her entire political makeover on Donald Trump's conspiracy-fueled chaos. She went from a mild-mannered moderate to a full-blown MAGA attack dog the moment she realized outrage could fast-track her career. She defended the indefensible. She humiliated herself on national television. She carried Trump's water so enthusiastically, she practically needed a wetsuit. And for what? For proximity to power that is now evaporating right in front of her. Now, after years of enabling a movement that undermined elections, attacked institutions, and radicalized millions, she wants to slither off into the shadows under the cover of family time. Girl, no. This is what happens when you strap your entire political identity to a flailing, fact-free, grievance-based movement. When the base shrinks, the lawsuits pile up, the donors disappear, and the consequences finally come due. The rats scatter. Marge jumped first. Stefanik's racing right behind her. And best believe more resignations are coming. At least Stefanik didn't walk away from MAGA. MAGA has collapsed under her. And now she's doing what every architect of political destruction eventually does, abandoning the wreckage she helped build, hoping nobody remembers her fingerprints are all over it. Oh, but trust. We will remember, sis, and the history books will remember too. Good riddance, Elise Stefanik. Your dignity is shredded.
And the worst part of all, she can't show up to the unemployment office in that outfit. You can't. They're not going. You can't register in that outfit. They will call security to come get her in a second, and that's if it's actually funded. Because we know how MAGA be moving, and we know how. You know, the fact of the matter is, and I hate to be this frank, you gotta be stupid to have found yourself in this position.
I've watched stupid people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, or some people call her Taylor Greene, some people call her Taylor Brown, because green sometimes turns to brown, which isn't nice. But I've watched her say that he spends too much time on foreign. I only have one place in mind. It's the United States.
He has no idea what he has said, does he? That's why he posted that AI, and he couldn't remember that wasn't an actual commentary that he gave. He don't remember nothing that he said. I guess y'all have that in common, Marjorie.
I don't recall. No, that's not accurate. I don't remember. No, I haven't said that.
Well, it's the end of another year. And what did we learn? Never take a Jet2 holiday.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
And we gotta do for self. There is very little we used to trust the government to do that we could trust them to do moving forward. And that's one of the reasons why I advocate for today's sponsor, Aura. That, as well as the fact they've been holding me down all year. When it comes to sponsorship, these streets look exactly like, well, the streets outside. I'ma be me all the time. And they've been standing with the channel and with the content. So shout out to them. But more important than that, Aura finds the data brokers that are exposing your info and automatically sends opt-out requests to get it taken down, saving you from filling out those dozens of forms because Aura handles it for you. Aura also monitors the dark web and alerts you if somebody's trying to use your info for credit fraud, and comes with a VPN and password manager. You can try Aura for free for 14 days at aura.com/ReeseWaters. Again, that's 14 days free at aura.com/ReeseWaters. More than enough time to start getting your information removed from these sketchy sites. And I want to shout out to Aura for sponsoring this video.
Believe in QAnon, right?
No, I did not say I believe in QAnon.
Q is anonymous, but he seems to be completely for the good. He seems to be totally on Trump's side, and he seems to be very high up and connected.
You know that term 1776
has been used in connection with events of January 6, 2001?
I guess so. I don't know.
Well, you yourself have used the term 1776 to describe the events of January 6, 2021.
I don't recall, but if you say.
This is our 1776 moment.
You think that Speaker Pelosi is a traitor to the country, right?
I'm not answering that question. It's speculation. It's
You've said that, haven't you, Ms. Greene, that she's a traitor to the country?
No, I haven't said that.
She's a traitor to our country. She's guilty of treason. It's a crime punishable by death, is what treason is. Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason, and we want her out of our government.
Is it fair to say, Representative Greene, that from election night of 2020 until January 6, 2021, your personal opinion and your wish was that Congress not certify Joe Biden as the winner of the 2020 election?
No, that's not accurate.
This is an important time in our history. We can't allow this just to be gone, just to let it go. You can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully like Joe Biden wants and allow him to become our president, because he did not win this election.
We talked earlier about a fellow named Anthony Aguero, right?
You brought up Anthony Aguero earlier,
Right.
yes.
And he's somebody who you know, yes?
Yes.
And he's somebody who you've spent a fair amount of time with, is that fair?
Not much time, no.
So, and Anthony and I are very good friends. We've gone to a lot of different events together and do a lot of work together.
He's a friend of yours.
Someone that I do know, yes.
And you consider him a friend?
Someone I hardly ever talk to, but someone I have known for a few years.
Okay. And he is a friend of yours, right?
A distant friend, someone I know.
My friend Anthony's my dear, dear friend. I love him so much. He's one of the greatest guys I know.
Now, at the end of the day, I support all the damage that you are doing to MAGA. That's why I gave you a nomination for Let 'em Fight MVP. Solid job as a mole, but we're not going to ignore how you got here.
Here's some tea for you. MTG, people are like, oh my God, she's saying all of these things. Like, what's gotten into her lately? Oh, like she's bucking against Trump. She's bucking against the administration. Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to run for Senate in Georgia. She wanted to run for Senate earlier this year in the state of Georgia. She wanted to be the Republican nominee for Senate. So she was gearing up for that statewide race, and Trump told her no. Trump said no. And the White House and Trump land shut down Marjorie Taylor Greene's personal ambitions to run for Senate. And she has been on a revenge tour ever since. And so all of this stuff that you're like, oh my God, like, it is all personally motivated. All of this stuff is personally motivated. There is no signs of revelation that I see up close. This is not a person that is backing up anything of what they're saying with any sort of action, which gives the whole game away. This is a person that is trying to twist the knife on people who frustrated her personal ambition.
So if you're scoring at home, you were willing to say and do anything, compromise just about any ideal to ride Trump's popularity for your own ends and power. A lot like Elise Stefanik, to the point where he didn't necessarily need you anymore. You continuing to be a part of the chorus was no longer valuable because you had lost any meaning and weight behind the things that you said because of the absurdity of the things that you said. He didn't need you anymore. And that's why I say this is how pick me ends. But Trump being Trump, it's not enough for him to just drop you. He has to call you a traitor and stupid on the way out. I tell you. Yeah. He needs Jesus. That's what he needs.
What it is that Satan's controlling the church. The church is not doing its job. And it's not adhering to the teachings of Christ. And it's not adhering to what the Word of God says we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to live. And what they're doing by saying, oh, we have to love these people and take care of these migrants and love one another. This is loving one another. Yes, we are supposed to love one another, but their definition of what love one another means destroying our laws. It means completely perverting what our Constitution says. It means taking unreal advantage of the American taxpayer. And it means pushing a globalist policy on the American people and forcing America to become something that we are not supposed to be.
Is that where you going in 2026? Is that where you? I like it. So you still want to drop bombs? I am absolutely drop bomb like verbally. It ain't had nothing to do with Arby's. No, you still. Marjorie, as long as you causing havoc, we gonna be right here. Now, Maga. One thing that one slice you might take from Marjorie is not only how this ends, but the way that she's going out. That is actually admirable, because we haven't heard nan word from Elise Stefanik, and we see nothing but crying from Nancy Mace and Tim Scott. That crying's on the inside. You know it was right behind the gums. Now, her being the person who most reflects how you want to curb your inclusion in MAGA. Maybe, join her gym or something like that to burn off some stress, or then again, maybe shopping is more your speed in order to blow off some steam. But I can tell you this, them sales ain't what they used to be.
Here's what I want. I want everybody to take responsibility for the simple fact that they put this man in office who is completely running every single company in the ground. I mean, how bad does it have to get to where you run Walmart in the ground, Home Depot in the ground, Apple in the ground, Samsung in the ground?
Now that right there is amazing. So you mean all these CEOs and all these C-suite executives bent the knee to Trump only to end up down bad? Not only because who would have guessed that the guy with the bankruptcies wouldn't be a genius at business, and the guy who thinks he knows more than every specialist in every specialization wouldn't trust those people to handle it. If only we had some experience with how he moves. Who would have guessed it? Not only do we have that kind of personality in office, but we also have clientele that has lost jobs, that has lost health care, that has lost social services, that has lost SNAP benefits. They might have a little less disposable income. You know what I mean? That might affect the bottom line of the company. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. You know what you could do though? Television, you could just stay home. Home is free. Home is free. You can watch some TV, but I would steer clear of CBS.
He wants to make news organizations, CBS and Paramount, afraid. He wants to make ABC afraid, and he is succeeding. In the first term, there were at least some people to stand up to him. The Secretary Mattis's, the John Kelly's, and others that had some stature who were willing to say, Mr. President, that's a stupid-ass idea.
I agree with the former congressman. It's under a lot of political pressure. And he's right that news companies are buckling. I mean, both ABC and CBS settled lawsuits that legal experts say they could have won in court, likely because out of fear of political retribution. Of course, we know that CBS was undergoing a merger with its parent company, and they felt as though they needed to settle that lawsuit in order to get regulatory approval of that deal.
Oh, we gonna talk about this. So let me get this straight, Paramount. You settle with Trump despite the fact that he had a case that even Judge Mathis would throw out. And Judge Mathis ain't seen a case he wouldn't want to entertain for a little while, especially if he smells a little crack on you.
You object to the rumor or you object to being the crackhead?
To being a crackhead.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't think you are now. You used to be, maybe?
Never. Never.
Maybe a little bit at a time?
Never. Never.
One rock?
Never.
Half?
Tried it one time.
Ah, I knew I had.
I tried it.
I knew I had something going on. I can smell it. I can smell it. Anybody coming here having used crack, I can smell it. I smell a little crack in you.
He had a case that Judge Mathis would throw out, and you decide to settle with him anyway. Well, when I covered that particular case, one of the things I said was that they're still going to press you. At the end of the day, you're not going to alleviate the boot off of your neck by bending the knee. No, that only happens when you stand up. Again, class, this is how Pick Me ends. And how? How is that CBS, Paramount? Well, how about having Barry Weiss in charge of CBS News? Enjoy.
It's not just that I disagree with Barry Weiss or she's calling me names or I'm calling her names or whatever. It's like in no fair system, in no meritocracy would Barry Weiss rise above secretary. Like actually, and I mean that. I've been in this business since Barry Weiss was breastfeeding, okay? There's no world in which Barry Weiss rises to the top of a news network except a rigged world. That's it.
How about an Erica Kirk town hall that got worse views than reruns of BET's Sita's World?
You done f***ed up, right?
Yeah, that was a thing.
I must have forgot, but not forget me. Never forget me, baby, because I'm going to be here, you heard?
How about spending the time licking your wounds after the failed Erica Kirk town hall by doubling down on more town halls? Because who wouldn't want to listen to J.D. Vance by choice? I couldn't imagine anything worse.
Why?
Other than maybe glazing Ben Shapiro. Glazing Ben Shapiro at the TPUSA AmFest might be the only thing worse than listening to J.D. Vance by choice. But that wasn't embarrassing enough for CBS. Oh no, we also got a pulled 60 Minutes piece. Ooh. Now, if that would have happened on its own, right? If that would have been an isolated event, maybe you have some deniability for why and how that came together. But it happening mere days after the glazing of Ben Shapiro and just a week after the Erica Kirk town hall and the doubling down on more town halls with J.D. Vance. And we know exactly what it is now, isn't it? But again, class, this is how Pick Me ends. And how you say? With it leaking online because it was streamed by a Canadian TV app. So not only did we all see it anyway, but we all paid more attention to it because we know that you blocked it and you still have to own blocking it and how that makes you look despite the fact that we all saw it. Once again, class, this is how Pick Me ends. Oh, and by the way, one more thing, CBS and Paramount. According to FCC Chair Brendan Carr, you're going to get a bias monitor. Huh. I would love to see that. I would absolutely love to see that.
We heard a little bit about what they're going to do different on 60 Minutes. Is there anything beyond that you can tell us about what they're going to do differently, fact-based? That's kind of a cultural shock to them. It's going to be.
Yeah, it might be news to some folks over there. One of the things they're going to have to do is put an ombudsman in place for 2 years. So basically a bias monitor that will report directly to the president. So that's something that's significant that we're going to see happening.
That bias monitor coming out like an NBA player from the 80s. Just nothing but right. Just nothing but he can't go left to save his life. He can't even dribble straight. He can't even dribble straight. I'm sorry I said it. I watched 80s NBA. I synced it. Now, what's that, Maga? You said you're not going to watch CBS? Reruns of Dr. Phil. Well, it's going to have to be reruns. I don't know if it's going to be any new content.
This news isn't a trick, it's only a treat. You may remember that Dr. Phil decided to embed himself with ICE raids in New York and in Los Angeles. Well, today, a judge ordered Dr. Phil's media company to be liquidated in bankruptcy. His company, Merit Street Media, launched in 2024, and by this summer, it was already bankrupt. The judge said that the company fired staff, ended operations, and basically was done by day one. He called it an anomaly. And apparently, Dr. Phil's media company owes the Professional Bull Riding Association $181 million. Dr. Phil is also being investigated over deleting incriminating texts during this bankruptcy proceeding. The judge said, no, this isn't a bankruptcy. Liquidate everything now. Although Dr. Phil has Oprah to thank for his fame, he's gone full-on Maga. And as a reminder, Dr. Phil is not a medical doctor. He has a PhD in clinical psychology.
See, Maga, you have to treat Trump like you would any relationship. You teach people how to treat you. If you walking around wearing his hat and got his flag in your front yard and your handle is never woke or MAGA Barbie or whatever, then he doesn't have to. Oh, that is how you move in relationships? That's how you ended up barefoot and it's never too late to start over. It's never too. Look at Nancy Mace.
I'm an island of one. I don't get invited to parties. I don't have any friends. I have a dog.
Right now, she in south of the border. It's a restroom inside the gift shop south of the border in the back. One of the ones that got Pedro in front, and she's in the restroom. She's policing it, and so you can find her there. But just be careful when you go down. Hey, if she get rowdy and chesty with you, call the cops. They'll believe you because she got charges.
I am absolutely saying that report was falsified, 100% fictitious.
Congratulations to MAGA, and specifically the GOP representatives on Congress. You get the Who Raised Y'all Pick Me Award for 2025.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Thank you guys so much for supporting the video. It's the end of another year we won't be able to explain to our kids. And what did we learn? Never trust a Jet 2 holiday. Never take your side piece to Coldplay. Now that's neo soul territory. So much has happened in 2025. Last year this time, I was selling podcasts out the back of my trunk using rent-to-own furniture. Last year, I was sitting the bench watching JV basketball as a senior with a uniform on, hoping I don't have to play. This year, I got 3 kids and a trick knee. 2025. Well, look on the bright side. At least your year was better than Katy Perry's and Sydney Sweeney's. Taylor Swift came into 2025 thinking they were going to win the Super Bowl and definitely going to make a run this year. And she was going to have all that airtime. They lost that one. And now Travis at home for the whole off season on the couch, gaining weight as a fiance.
Damn.
But since it is the end of the year, I want to remind all of our members to check the community tab and vote on our year-end awards. Those are going on right now, and there's a couple of polls that we've run already. I think but you know what? I feel hopeful going into the new year, and this community is a big part of that. Also, the Let 'em Fight banquet is also another very big part of that. But here we're talking about this community. I'm talking about our head moderator, Miss Ray, Regina, on research, and our editors, David, Denzel, and Boz, as well as all the mods that have helped us with the premieres, our research squad, which was just assembled. And by the way, if you would like to join either the research squad or be one of our volunteer mods, you can hit me up at admin@ReeseWaters.com. And I also have to give a special shout out to somebody who started out as one of our volunteer mods, but has become an integral part of this particular channel and has stepped up when needed. My girl, Deshauna, who also sent me this photo with her discouraged, depleted, but never defeated t-shirt. And you know what, Deshauna? It looks as good as I feel when I see your name in the chat during the premiere. Thank you so much for all of your hard work, and thank all of you for all of your support. I can't wait to see what's next.